Oh yeah, I forgot about Tim Walls. What was going on with that guy? Probably nothing good. It didn't look really good the last time I checked too. But yeah, oh well. What are you gonna do?
Highguard has officially been out
okay. Well, there you go. I don't know why that took fucking forever. Good lord, it was super fucking loud in my ear.
for 24 hours now.
Yes, it
and
has.
it's actually going great. Like I'm shocked. The player count has shot up since then. Players are talking about like how they were wrong at first, that this game's actually great. It's looking like the next big thing. So we all owe Jeff Keighley a giant apology. And obviously, I'm joking. This is the complete opposite of what's actually happening. The game's getting worse. The player retention is getting worse. The game's not getting worse. Excuse me. The game is as bad as it was.
I was about to say he might get into it, but as I've seen, they lost like 80% of their player base day one.
Yesterday, but the player retention is getting worse.
Yeah.
Jeff Keighley wanted us to apologize to him. That's not happening.
Well, what?
As a matter
of
fact, it's the opposite. Everyone's laughing at dude. And then to top it all off, we've got corporate press gaming journalists shilling for Highguard and getting...
Okay, we all know that journalists aren't people. Let's be real here.
Upset at all of us, getting upset at gamers for criticizing Highguard and not blindly praising it. So yeah, this is going to be a fun video for me to make. Let's get started by taking a look at SteamDB, getting a quick update on the current player count. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oof, yeah, this is horrible.
God.
Yesterday it was already looking bad, as mentioned. 97k peak, and within hours it dropped to like 55k, then 45k, and progressively less as the day went on. There was no like boost for people getting off work or out of school. No boost for that. And now, as I record this, it's down to 17,000. Granted, it is the next morning. People are once again at work and school, etc., etc. But that is just such a steep fall off. If this thing keeps trending down this hard, it's looking like it might not even get a dead cat bounce, but we'll have to keep seeing how this develops. Not a good outlook, though, to say the least.
Not at all.
And if you saw my video yesterday, compiling a number of the most viewed streamers yesterday that were playing Highguard and their opinions on the game, which were largely negative, some a bit more neutral, but none positive.
Yeah, like I'm not, good lord. Yeah, I'm no big streamer, but I tried to play the game when it came out, right? And it wouldn't work. So I couldn't even play the game. I couldn't even play the free game that came out. And I just went to SteamDB to look at the player count live as I'm recording. So even less than that. It's just trend down. And like this is the craziest part to me. Yeah, I was like, they're under 10k, dude. Like, oh no, that's so bad. And it's free. It's free. Oh well, not my fucking problem. Maybe make a better game.
Really. A lot of those streamers from yesterday have already given up on Highguard and gone back to Marvel Rivals. So that's also pretty funny. A lot of streamers have dropped this game within 24 hours. Not even the ones that I included in my video yesterday, but just a lot overall. And I'll quickly mention that like watching Highguard yesterday, it actually made me appreciate Rivals even more. And I understand they're two completely different games and that Highguard's not trying to copy Rivals. And as many people pointed out, Highguard is essentially an amalgamation of multiple different games, but it just seems devoid of passion. It's just so generic, so mid, and in some aspects just bad.
It's literal corpo slop. That's what it is. It's literally just corpo slop. And I went to Steam. Actually, I'll do that now. I just want to see what it says, because literally day of the shit came out like 3 hours. It was in 3 hours, right? And that's when I looked at it and I downloaded that shit, right? And when I was looking at it, brother, all of the reviews were it was, I think it said overwhelmingly negative. So I'm gonna take a look again real quick. Oh, actually, there you go. Hold on. It went from overwhelmingly negative. It went from overwhelmingly negative to mostly negative. So technically, that's an improvement. You know what I mean? Technically, that's an improvement. Good lord. Picture spending years of your life making something, and it's Highguard. Like, who do you think had the worst fall off, Highguard or Concord? Let's be real here.
That it seems like it's a game that just exists to exist, and they hope to make money off it. And of course, they want to make money. But you compare that to Rivals, which of course NetEase also wants to make money, and they've made a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can tell that the devs are passionate in Rivals. Everything from the kits of the characters they make, to the characters they pick to roll out, to the costumes, the skins, the silly little dialogue, and even the UI elements and the maps that they pick, everything about Rivals, really. You can tell that the devs are passionate about it. They are having fun making it, and they're doing their best to give the players an engaging and fun experience. And
it's true.
It was just a very stark difference watching Highguard yesterday compared to Rivals. And yes, I'm biased.
You see what like, granted, I'm biased too, but I mean, I've tried to play it. I'm going to try again later next stream. Or no, on weekend stream, and we're going to see what's going on from there. If I can actually play Highguard myself. Because I didn't play Concord because I heard it was going to be bad. It just didn't look all that great. Like, I didn't like the look of it. I thought it kind of looked like shit. I'm not going to lie to you. But the fact that it came out and it was so bad made me think, oh, damn, I actually should have gotten a chance to play that just to see how bad it actually was. But, like, from Rivals, right? From Rivals, from Overwatch, you know, playing both of those games. Both of these games seem live. They seem vibrant. They, you know, interesting player base. Yeah, Conboard. 100%. It looked the same. It looked the same as Highguard, but with Overwatch and Rivals, it was fun. It was vibrant. It seemed like people actually gave a fuck. You know, they're actually listening to the players. And then Concord and fucking Highguard. And I don't know what Marathon's gonna look like when it comes out, but Marathon also looks like it's better than both Concord and Highguard, but it just also looks like Corpo slop as well. And it's like, if Overwatch and Rivals are fucking great, Concord and Highguard are literally just unenthusiastic, sad hand jobs. And it's like, yeah, you know, it's there, you know, thanks, but like, you didn't put your heart and soul into it, so it's just garbage.
I enjoy Rivals, but I took like 4 to 5 months off from Rivals, actually. I've only recently, over the last month or so, been getting back into it, so it's fresh in my mind, and the difference I noticed was very stark. By the way, some people asked, like, why are you not using Highguard gameplay for Highguard videos? And it's like, you know, it's a fair criticism, but at the same time, we're talking about how boring this game is to watch.
I was about to say, I don't know if it would be boring if the game just sucks ass. I don't know why I would want to play the game to then talk about the game. The game is ass. Like,
so, you know, that's one factor. Like, I'm not going to include a bunch of boring gameplay. And two, I'm not going to play Highguard. I'm not going to download it. I'm not going to install it. I'm not going to play it. And so I don't have my own gameplay to use anyways. And I'm not ever going to get my own gameplay for this game. So, you know, it is what it is. I really want to laugh at Jeff Keighley with you guys, as mentioned in the intro. But I think the first thing I need to do is to actually show you this. As funny as the Jeff Keighley thing is, and that's like top tier hilariousness in this situation, I think this might actually be even more hilarious. I don't know. It's freaking close.
It's up there.
It's close. But let's start with this. And you'll see why I'm so amused by this in a second, all right? It's not even just this title. You'll see. It's all going to come together in a second. So, PC Gamer says, Highguard is fine when you don't have an internet in your ear telling you it's nasty. And the journalist who wrote... It's
crazy because essentially what you're saying, I like this thing. It's like, I like this thing, even though everyone else hates this thing. Like, I mean, yeah, that's cool, but the problem is you're self-righteous about it, and that's why everyone calls you a fucking retard. All right? All right? Okay. I'm glad we figured that one out.
With this article, shilling for Highguard is Morgan Park, who has worked at disgraced outlets like Polygon and Kotaku. You're probably familiar with both of those. These are two of the most disgraced and least respected, most notorious outlets in gaming journalism. And I say gaming loosely. You know, these people are not gamers. They hate gamers, actually, which is part of the reason why Morgan Park in this article is saying, like, oh, it's fine if you don't have the internet telling you it's bad, because these people want to control the news cycles. These corporate journalists want to tell you how to feel and think about things, including gaming. And so when you have individual gamers leaving their individual reviews on Steam, etc., and people making YouTube videos, you know, we're all doing our own thing, essentially. They get mad that they don't control the narrative, especially when they're trying to make money off stuff like this as well. You know, they want people to pay them to write articles about their games, to shill for them, and when people don't care what these corporate press journalists have to say, they're both losing power that they desperately crave and also losing money. Here's the real funny part, though. This is what I really want to show you guys. So Morgan Park, back in 2024, same journalist that's trying to shill for Highguard right now. Well,
oh god,
you can see on screen, man. This is real.
Yeah, no, absolutely no credibility. I didn't even know who Morgan Park was because I don't go to game journalists to get opinions on games, bro. I don't think anyone does. Who actually does that? No one does that. Come on now. But you're gonna tell me you played 7 hours of Concord? Really? Really? Okay then, dude.
In 2024, Morgan Park wrote an article titled, "Uh-oh, I played 7 hours of Concord this weekend and immediately want back in. Look at this cringe." Morgan Park says, My eyes were wide and WASD fingers nimble. Wow, who comes up with that? As I booted up Concord's closed beta this weekend, I've had my eye on Sony's new hero shooter since its big reveal last month, while a vocal contingent quickly decided that Concord isn't...
Real quick, the vocal contingent was like 90% of people.
Overwatch clone wearing Guardians of the Galaxy cosplay. Those brief glimpses of gameplay got me excited for what looked like a crisp, arcadey FPS from ex-Destiny folks. And hey, I wasn't disappointed. Concord is very fun so far. I played
slop. Consume slop and be happy. Consume slop and be happy. Like, what the fuck are we? Shut up. Is dick right in all you do, bro? Like, god damn, bro. Pop off.
7 hours of the beta and was impressed by developer Firewalk Studios' strong SPF fundamentals. We've seen enough. You get the point. This is a Concord shill, now shilling for Highguard. You especially gotta love how Morgan tried to say that the critics of Concord were a vocal contingent, aka saying it's like a small group. Oh yeah, the critics, that's just a small group. Don't worry guys, Concord's fine. Just ignore the critics. This game's gonna be a massive success. What happened?
Cope and seethe.
On release, it has like a sub 700 player count and gets shut down in like 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Concord was way bad. I kind of forgot how bad it was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was always thinking, like, you know, the game wasn't that bad, right? Yeah, I lied. It actually was really dog shit.
Flop from this Morgan Park journalist doesn't even end there either. Look at this really quick. I played 6 hours of Assassin's Creed Shadows, and folks, I think this one was worth the wait. Oh yeah, that worked out really well for Ubisoft, didn't it, Morgan Park? And so yeah, once again, that takes us here, and we're about to move on from this part of the video. But in conclusion for this PC gamer stuff, Highguard is fine when you don't have an internet in your ear telling you it's nasty. Yeah, guys, don't listen to the internet. Just listen to PC gamer and corporate journos like this. You know, that's all you really need to listen to. Just buy the slop and don't question anything. And then this morning you have Dexerto saying Highguard has been review bombed after release. Oh yeah, because you know, people can't genuinely dislike this game. It's certainly just being review bombed. Right. Dexerto adds on to that saying, of the more than 9,000 hasty reviews, a whopping 7,200 of them have a negative slant. Now,
I think it's actually hilarious, right, that someone will see this, right? Let's just say all of a sudden, right, you have 3 people that all did the exact same thing, right? The three people did the exact same thing. 2 out of those 3 people say it's garbage, and 1 person says it's great. All right? There's a little bit of math here. There's a little bit of math here. If 66% of people are saying that this is dog shit, and only 33% of people saying that the game is good, maybe the game is dog shit. Maybe the game's a little dog shit. Now, if we blow up those numbers, you have 9,000 people saying something about the game, and 7,200 of them are saying it's bad. And you might want to look into that. You might want to look into that just a little bit. I don't know.
Naturally, the vast majority of these reviews barely have an hour of total game time. Well, hey, Dexerto, you're so confident giving the numbers before that, right? 9,000 hasty reviews, 7,200 have a negative slant. But it's convenient that they don't mention how many of these reviews actually have barely an hour of total game time. My point is, like, of course, they're not going to go through thousands of reviews and add up which ones have less than an hour, but it does seem like they're making an assumption here they're presenting as fact. But you know what? For argument's sake, I'll say, sure, Dexerto, let's go with that. Let's say, hypothetically, that's true, and that the vast majority of the negative reviews barely have an hour of total game time. Well, guess what? That doesn't make them invalid, people are allowed to try this free game out, play a match or two, and decide that they don't like this game, and to then leave a negative review. That is not review bombing. That is quite literally people trying it out and deciding it's not for them. And again, that's valid. The Western gaming industry, from some of these devs to these suits, these executives, to gaming journalists, they have become so entitled. They act like we owe them our time. Oh, you only played for an hour? Well, you can't leave a negative review then. Would they be complaining if it was positive? Would they say the same thing? Oh, you only played an hour, but you rated us positive? That can't be the case. No, they never say that, right? They just want to...
It's a double standard. We all know it is. Interestingly enough, speaking of double standard, I like how a lot of things that have been happen online or whatever, a lot of them are like, oh yeah, this person or this thing or this group has a double standard. Like that Twitch, for instance. Then people are like, Twitch has no standards, and then they'll do something else, and people will be like, well, look at this double standard. See, what you're not taking into account is Twitch has standards. It's called the Twitch standard. It's double or nothing. Literally, it is double or nothing. Now, if it will benefit them, it's a double standard. If they don't care and they say nothing about it, it's no standard. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. It's one or the other. It's either the double standard or the no standard. They do have standards. They're just bad. they're just bad.
Try to invalidate the negative reviews. And if they really want people to play longer before they leave a negative review, guess what? Wild Heart Entertainment, the studio that made Highguard, they should have made a more fun game.
Yep.
You can't shovel slop on the people, boring slop on the people, and then get mad that they don't want to spend their time, their limited time when they're off work or out of school or whatever, playing this stuff. You know, people tried it out. Be grateful for that. Be grateful that so many people even gave this game a chance.
I was about to say, be grateful it wasn't fucking Concord.
The player count was pretty good to start. It was
almost
terrible.
100K. Yeah, it wasn't terrible.
But it's not the gamer's fault that the game was actually boring and that people dropped it so quickly. Don't blame us for that. We didn't make the game. And then there's the outlet Aftermath, where the journalists on this outlet, at this outlet rather, brag about how most of them came from Kotaku.
You might remember most of us from Kotaku. That's not a good thing. That's not something to brag about. Well, we broke the news, I guess, covered events biasly, and brought you hard-hitting investigations. No, you didn't. You might have also seen us at Motherboard by Vice, never heard of him. The Verge, no idea. The Washington Post Games vertical launcher, what even is that? We got back together to start this site, not just so we could all blog together again, but try something new for ourselves and for games journalism. Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. you shouldn't have done that. You were garbage at all these other places, and most of these places I've never even heard of, and you're garbage here. Like, I don't know why you think grabbing a bunch of garbage, putting it together, and being like, look at this, would make anyone else think, hey, look, that's not garbage now. Like, come on now, what are we talking about?
Where they broke news, covered events, and brought you hard-hitting investigations. Also having been seen over at Motherboard by Vice, The Verge, and The Washington Post. Wow, yeah, these are outlets known for being genuine gaming outlets indeed. I say that with 100% sarcasm. And so, once again, they say that Highguard is a symptom and victim of a rapidly decaying internet. Well, there certainly are issues with the internet. It's not perfect, and a lot of these issues are proliferating, and so we see things like dead internet theory becoming more commonplace. But that's not the issue with Highguard. The issue with Highguard, as mentioned just a moment ago, can simply be boiled down to that the gameplay is not compelling. So, you know, these sort of people, they'll try to look for anything to deflect from the actual problem. They never want to take accountability. No, they just want to shill, and they expect all of us to eat the slop unquestionably, as previously mentioned. But now let's go to one of the head guys, corporate journalist and creator of the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley. And 25 minutes after Highguard launched yesterday, he posted with the eye emoji. Oh wow, look at this. Polygon, yeah, great outlet. Polygon says Highguard is in DOA. In fact, after 4 hours, I'm convinced it's one of the best new shooters in years.
Sit there and consume slop, suck dick, consume slop, suck dick, consume slop, suck dick, consume slop, suck dick, consume. Like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing, dude?
Why are they all shilling so hard for this game, bro? Highguard could be the start of an exhilarating new FPS subgenre. Right.
Oh, shut
But it
up.
gets even better. So let's kind of rewind and take this from the top. Back in December of 2025, as you probably know, the Game Awards occurred, Jeff Keighley being the creator, host, etc., etc. And the last game announced at the Game Awards was for Highguard, which Jeff Keighley was very much trying to hype up.
Sometimes our last reveal at the Game Awards is a teaser for something years and years away. Not tonight. Our final world premiere comes from 61 members of the team that built Apex.
It's crazy how Homeboy can get on stage and like project his voice and shit like that with all the cock in his throat.
Legends and Titanfall. 4 years ago, the principals founded a new independent studio with the hopes of pushing the shooter genre forward with a new original game. They've done it in complete secrecy, which is even more amazing because the game is very deep into development. The power of independent, self-published studios to push this medium forward is a growing and I think positive theme in our industry. And so tonight, you're not only going to get the announcement of the game, but also your first look at the gameplay. I've played it, and after you see this trailer, I think you're going to want to as well. Welcome to Highguard.
Oof, God, that
We're
must
not
hurt.
going to watch the whole trailer. We've seen enough like Highguard gameplay and all that now. This was simply the beginning of Jeff Keighley's failed attempts at hyping this game up. And so here's the progression. January 23rd. Then he says, he makes a tweet with an image that says, Highguard, January 26th at 10 a.m. PST. Then, January 24th in the morning, Jeff Keighley says, I first went hands-on last summer and had so much fun. Now it's your turn on Monday. Curious what everyone thinks. Showing his Highguard pass. And
No, you, again, shouldn't have said curious what other people think. Because, like, the thing is, you guys apparently don't make games for gamers. You make games for people that act like gamers. Barely. I use that term, act like gamers, very fucking loosely. You guys don't even say slurs. Like, what are we talking about?
a few hours later on January 24th, then he made this infamous tweet saying, in 48 hours, I'll be accepting your apologies. This did not go well.
Oh, no.
And then on January 25th, he says, see you tomorrow. Clearly still trying to hype up Highguard. And then on January 26th, 9:58 a.m., 2 minutes before Highguard officially launched, he posts the Dark Knight Joker saying, and here we go. About 7 minutes after making that tweet, now at 10:05 a.m. on January 26th, he says, Highguard is now live for free on Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox. Here's the launch trailer. I'll take this opportunity once again to laugh at how the official Highguard launch showcase on their official account was posted yesterday with the comments instantly turned off. Prepare your defenses. Yeah, they really lived up to that, didn't they? And that takes us to 23 hours ago, a few hours after Highguard's official release, and Jeff Keighley says, thoughts on Highguard so far? And the responses are just obliterating this guy. We'll read some of them. For example, this one says, I was really rocking with you, Jeff, but you just lied to us that this game was good in any capacity. I don't owe you an apology. You owe us all, as a gaming community, an apology for this double down of false promise. Similarly, this one at the top saying, I want you to apologize to everyone for premiering this trash. Another one saying, to be honest, Jeff, it's kind of everything wrong with AAA right now. Soulless UE5 mess, mediocre gameplay, and a bunch of mechanics from other games without consideration of why they worked in the first place. Game only and out-of-touch shareholder or $1 million award show host could love.
Yeah.
And they jump in my dog in the comments. This dude says that he's disabled, and
I saw this one. That was great.
In his life that he was able to get up simply to turn this game off. As we near the end of the video, we'll get a quick update on the Steam TV chart. We're now at 19,011 players. Hey, it went up a whole 1,000 or so since the beginning. And that's really it for the update. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the state of Highguard, and as always, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, that shit was garbage. Again, I tried to play for like 20 whole minutes. I got into the game, right? And then I tried to do like the tutorial, and it would not let me load into a tutorial game. Like, what are we talking? I tried. The game's dog shit. I didn't even get a chance to play the game. I'm gonna try again. We'll go from there. Also, speaking of which, before I go, I do want to see one thing. Just because I was thinking about it the other day, and I want to see. I just want to see if this game. Really? No way. Hold on, that's the price history. Let's. Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, what? Oh, I forgot. I didn't. I put it on the wrong screen when I was looking at it. Hold on. Y'all remember this? y'all remember this game? So I was like, I feel like, granted, it's not like a shooter. Obviously, it's not a shooter, but still, four in game. So I was like, this is hilarious. But I just looked at it and I was like, what the hell is this? How does I guess I might just be looking at it wrong, but like how is this? What happened here? And then if something did happen here, what happened from here to here? But that's actually insane. From 83 to 46 to 14. It's crazy because I'm one of these people. I think I was in here though. I think I was in here. But I was looking at this game the other day because it's sitting on my Steam, and oh god, it was just so fucking bad. It was so fucking bad. Anyway, I'm not gonna take up too much of your time. You'll have a good one.